Hey there, fellow woodbell collectors. Welcome back. David Eon here, down in the Open by Chance Museum, as you can plainly see. And today, we are taking a look at a very, very unique item. This is the Mr. Rogers Musical Neighborhood Trolley, manufactured by Ideal in 1977. And it is beyond rare. You do not find this, especially not in working condition and with the figures complete. This is in outstanding condition, and it has the box. And this box is not sealed, so I will open this up and demonstrate what's inside. And Fred Rogers was not big on merchandising, which is part of the reason why you don't see much from Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood at all. Back in those days, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, the Electric Company, even Sesame Street to a point was off limits for merchandising. Jim Henson was not big on merchandising from Sesame Street. That's what the Muppets were for, in his opinion. And this is the side that's open. Let you get a look at that flap if you wanted to read it, perhaps. He said Muppets were for profit and Sesame Street is for education. Not so much anymore. Not so much hardly any more. Because now everything is up for grabs as far as merchandising is concerned. And 1977 is pretty much the only year, so far as I know, that anything Mr. Rogers related was produced. And as you saw on the back of the box, there is a couple of other items. Basically, 3 hand puppets, which in the 80s, 3 hand puppets were made again, or a series of hand puppets were made by a different manufacturer that were all felt. These are vinyl and fabric hand puppets that Ideal did, and they did make an entire playset, and the playset is so rare it'll make you sick. I don't even know where to begin. I've personally never seen one complete. And one interesting feature before I go ahead and open this box up is the box art, which of course is just a photograph of the toy and a photograph of Mr. Rogers, and then of course you saw on the top a picture of 2 children seemingly playing with this playset. In the original catalog, which I actually have a copy of the 1977 Ideal Toy Fair catalog right here. These are the 3 hand puppets. There's the musical trolley, the neighborhood trolley, which, handwritten in here by the vendor, had a retail price of $6.99, and it comes with 2 finger puppets. That's a photograph of the original box art, demonstrated as being green with yellow lettering. And as you can see, it is yellow with green lettering. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of differences there. Look at the way that Mr. Rogers and Trolley, if you look at the font, is completely different from how it was done here. Mr. Rogers here is much more prominent, and then Musical Trolley was reduced. Here it just says Trolley, and then there it says Musical Trolley, and they shrunk it down. And 2 entirely different children playing with it. I don't know that there is a green boxed version. Whenever I've seen anything from the Mr. Rogers line, it's always been in a yellow box. These puppets, I've seen them in yellow boxes. I've never seen a box like this. Not to say that it doesn't exist, but my assumption is that that's just a prototype. Now let's go ahead and open this up and take a look at what's inside. And here we are, folks, the musical trolley with the 2 finger puppets that come with this set. And of course that is Lady Elaine Fairchild and Daniel Striped Tiger with his little watch. And these are finger puppets, child-size finger puppets. As you can see, that opening is very small. I could barely get my pinky into this, but it's made for child size little hands. I'll let you get a good look at Lady Elaine Fairchild there. I know she's scary for a lot of people. So that's not a very attractive puppet choice originally, but you know, the character grew on you. And it's interesting because the finger puppets are marked Hong Kong, and I'm pretty sure that the box says that the figures were manufactured in Taiwan. I think that's interesting. There's Daniel's little watch, Daniel's striped tiger, and the trolley is large by comparison and can accommodate several of these finger puppets, which there are 5 that come with the playset. There are 5 other finger puppets, Neighborhood of Make-Believe finger puppets that come with the playset, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But you see these are very tiny, and give you an idea how big these are. It's literally about 2 inches. Lady Elaine's a little taller. They even got the wart on her nose. She's about 2 1/4, roughly. The Neighborhood Trolley is about 11 1/4 inches long, maybe 6 1/2. Looking at the top of the sign there, 6 1/2 high, and then about 4 inches of depth. Very colorful, and this example is nice and clean. And I'll let you get a good look at the trolley here, and then I'll demonstrate it, because this is a working trolley, which is rare, because this is not a battery operated toy, and it's not a friction toy either. This toy literally has an actual music box inside of it in the undercarriage. A real, if you've ever seen a real music box, if you've ever opened one up and it looks like a comb and it's got the little cutouts on the wheel that turns, when you turn this, and I guess in that respect it is kind of a friction vehicle, the music box is right inside there. You can almost see it under the window, under the wheel there. And when you turn this, it flicks the music box so that it plays. And that says manufactured by Ideal Toy Corporation, Hollis, New York on the bottom there. But I'll go ahead and I'll run this carefully, and you can hear it chiming. You just basically push it across. Won't you be my neighbor? See? That's very sweet, actually. I can imagine big fans, you know, little kids, and this does need a little bit of cleaning. It's not so easy because of the design. You can see there's a little bit of dust in there. I haven't messed with this too much since getting it. I was very happy to find it. But you could imagine being a little kid who's really into Mr. Rogers, getting this and having your little finger puppets. I don't know why they chose these two. And she is from the museum and he lived in the clock. And I'll show you in the toy catalog. And I have not showcased this catalog yet. I do catalog tours of vintage Toy Fair catalogs if you've never seen it. But here's the Neighborhood, and this had a retail of $12.99 apparently, which is a high price point. And there you can see X the Owl and Henrietta Pussycat and King Friday, and there's the Queen Sarah, right? Queen Sarah, and Prince Tuesday in his little plane. And that's the museum that Elaine goes in. And then they show you the inside of the castle here. They've got X's treehouse also. That would be X's treehouse. And Elaine's merry-go-round, her museum go-round, or however they called it. I do not see a place for Daniel Striped Tiger, though. But he, like I said, he lived in a clock. And there's a few other characters missing, like Cornflake especially, and the Platypuses, Dr. Platypus and family. Very cool. And I will showcase this at some point in the near future. I do catalog tours from time to time. Again, that's the Ideal 1977. And as you heard, this plays the theme song as you roll it along. That brings back a lot of memories. It really does. Very, very rare, very unique toy. And means a lot to me, being a child growing up in the 70s and 80s. You know, I have a foot in the 70s and a foot in the 80s in my childhood, watching Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, watching the original Electric Company, the original Sesame Street, before it got really social and political, which happens to all of these shows now. Everybody's got an agenda, but it's nice to be able to reach back and grab a piece of history like this. To me, this is an amazing find. Do you want to talk about grails? Grails in the toy industry, the term grail in of itself is a very abused term, but this is a grail. And again, happy to share it with you. Maybe you've never seen anything like this. Maybe you didn't even know Mr. Rogers had any toys. But please do tell me what your thoughts are. What do you think of this playset? Or I guess it's a vehicle, technically. What do you think of this? Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments section down below. Did you know that there was merchandising for Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood by Ideal? Had you ever seen anything like this before? Do you have any of this stuff? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Please do give the video a thumbs up if you got something out of it. Share it if you can. Subscribe if you're new, all that good stuff. Check out some of the other videos. If you're new to the channel, we do a lot here, more than just showcases. We're kind of deep in nostalgia culture. So we do a lot on this channel, a lot of interesting things, and we'd love to have you join us. So what more can I say? But thanks for watching, and we will see you again soon.